Alright, for today I'm just going to be making an easy change to a deck. Two decks. One is going to be easy, Kenrith, I already know what I'm going to do. The other one, Kestia. I have to figure out what I'm going to pull out, and it's like pulling teeth sometimes. So, I decided that Kenrith would be better served with his Verdant Mastery. So 6 in the green, it's basically 2 Cultivates, or 2 Kadamas Reach, whatever flavor of card you prefer, tied together. So cultivate, 2 in a green, go find 2 basic lands, show them off, put one on the battlefield tapped, the other hand, everybody knows what cultivate does. So this is 6, go find 4 basic lands, show them off, put one on the battlefield tapped under an opponent's control if 4 was paid. So, if I pay 6, I go find 4 basic land, up to 4 basic land cards, show them off, put 2 of them onto the battlefield tapped under my control, the rest in my hand. That's just 2 cultivates. If I pay 4, if I want it early, then I go find up to 4 basic land cards, show them off, put 1 onto the battlefield tapped under an opponent's control, put 2 on the battlefield tapped under my control, and the 4th one in my hand. So, essentially, by paying 1 more than cultivate, I get 3 lands instead of 2. If I wait longer and I pay the 6, then I get 2 on the deck, on the field, 2 in my hand. So that's probably better than explosive growth, explosive vegetation, because explosive vegetation costs 4, and I go find, oh, there it is right there. How easy is that? Go find 2 basic land cards, put them on the battlefield tapped. So let's look at this. And they're both sorceries. So, for the same mana cost, I get, I don't like giving my opponent, but giving my opponent a land, sometimes that can help me. Like Rahman. Rahman, a lot of times he gets mana screwed. So I can say, hey Rahman, my man, if I give you a land of a color you can use, how about you don't attack me, or how about you help me, how about you give me a favor? How's that, baby? And he'll probably say yes. And if he doesn't, somebody else will probably make a deal. So for the same cost, go find 3 basic land cards, put 2 of them on the battlefield tapped and my control, 1 in my hand, and find a 4th one, give it to an opponent. So that kind of makes more sense, doesn't it, in Kenrith, because Kenrith is all about basic lands. I only have 3 non-basics in the deck. I used to run Blood Moon, but I took it out. I'm still running Back to Basics, which, if Back to Basics is in play, non-basic lands do not untap. Yeah, there's one of my non-basics. Cascading Catharax. Where the hell is my... Excuse me. Where is it? Back to Basics. Back to Basics, where are you? Back to Basics, where did you go? Kenrith used to just be a goofy formula deck, and now it's a goofy graveyard deck. I'm leaning more on his ability to 4 in a black, put target creature card from graveyard onto the battlefield under his opponent's control as an instant. Instantly do that. Let's get a good shot for the thumbnail. How's that? Is that good? A lot of glare. Can't read the card names. Probably not showing any cards anybody cares about, but that happens sometimes. Let's try another one. Maybe I can find some cards people care about. And see, here's Cultivate. I still got Cultivate in the deck. Maybe I want the Bloomburrow one instead. That's pretty. I don't think any of my other decks have this version. A couple of my other ones do. That's just art, so I'll worry about that later. Where can I... Ooh, maybe that's a grip of cards that people want to see on the thumbnail. Avacyn, Vandal Blast, Dryad, Sneak Attack, Sword, Glare like a bastard. Yeah, that's the thumbnail. Okay, fine. So that's Kenrith. Kenrith, the change is done. Now let's go to the hard one. I want to change Kestia. Kestia the Cultivated. Kestia the Cultivated is my enchantment deck. Her original design was I was going to put out enchantments and then drop either opalescence or stand up. And now you can't see her. There. Now you can see her. The idea was, no, there's a neat cultivate. So drop interesting enchantment, Starfield of Nyx, or opalescence to follow up, and all the other enchantments would be creatures, and I could attack with them. What actually happened is by the time I have an interesting board of enchantments, and I can start attacking with opalescence, my opponents also have interesting boards, and I don't want to send my enchantments out to get killed in combat, because a lot of the times the combats looked unfavorable to me, unless I have something like True Conviction out. So there were plenty of times when I would have the opportunity to either search for opalescence, Starfield Nyx, or cast one or the other, search for one or the other, and I didn't want to, which it kind of goes against the theme of the deck, kind of goes against the idea. And what the deck was doing, how Kestia was winning, is with Shark Typhoon. She loved her Shark Typhoon. Oh yes, and I loved it too, I must admit. So what I did is I took out some of the enchantments that kind of don't do anything, put in more enchantment creatures, and I want to follow up on that. And I want to put in Caliphate, Beloved of the Sea, 1 blue for a star 3 enchantment creature demigod. Her power is equal to my devotion to blue. The deck doesn't really have a lot of blue permanents to give that devotion, but this creatures and enchantment control have basically Ward 1. That's pretty good, and she comes down early. So I want to put her in, which means something has to come out. After all, Commander is in exactly 100 card format. It's not 101. Which, fair enough. It creates deck building restrictions. It creates certain tension. So let's look at some of the potential candidates for Excision. Omniscience? No, because it's just funny. Last time I cast Omniscience, the genie started going off about how I should win right now. Why didn't I win the game? It's a game-winning card. What are you doing? And then, a few weeks later, the genie cast Omniscience. And he failed to win the game. I think he failed to win the game completely. But me, being the better person, of course gave him all the shit back that he'd given me. And hardly a turn went by that he had Omniscience out and I didn't say, "Are we dead yet? Did you win yet? You have Omniscience. Genie, win the game." It's just how we fuck with each other. Sterling Grove gets my other enchantment shroud. Oh, you can see me. Great. That's not really what I want to show you. I want to show you the cards, not me. I can also sacrifice it to search for an enchantment, exploration, play more land, drawing more cards with Kestia. So Kestia, whenever an enchanted creature or enchantment creature you control attacks, not does damage, just attacks, draw a card. So I'm going to be drawing lands. I need ways to get them down. Sun Titan, he works very well with some of the cards in this deck, like Aura of Silence. Heliod, he makes more enchantment creatures. Yamama's Reach. Okay, so that's why I'll keep the other Cultivate, is because I have both full art Cultivate and Yamama's Reach. I like the binary of that. I like the balance of that, so yeah, I will not be putting into Bloomberg Cultivate. Ristic Study, okay, that's just good. This kind of does nothing, but when it does something, it's fantastic. So whenever I cast an enchantment spell, create a 4/4 Flying Angel. Yeah, that's always good. This is unblockable, so guaranteed card. If Kestia is in play and can't be blocked, so can't be killed in combat, so I can do it again. Forbid. Yeah, if I'm drawing a lot of cards, I'll have cards so I can throw away 2. Seal of Cleansing, work straight with Sun Titan, Wrath of God. I have Supreme Verdict. Do I need Wrath of God and Supreme Verdict? Do I need 2 board wipes? I think I have another board wipe, so maybe I'll take out Wrath of God. Disallow, mana, double mana, make everybody bigger. I was surprised. I was looking at her price, and let me verify it, but I think she was going for 50 euros. Where is... I'm looking on Moxfield now on the deck list. I got 54 US dollars for a Gothian Enchantress. Wow. So, now I'm thinking maybe I should sell this one off and get the other version, the cheaper version, because she's not foil. I do like the older border, but the Eternal Master... the Eternal Masters one is still 30 euro. Huh. The Judge Gift one is 100 euro, the foil one. Yeah. Okay. So, there goes that. There's no point in selling her off. If the Ultimate Masters one was 10 euros, then I would think of cashing in on her, sell her for 50, spend 10 to replace her, and then I have 40 euros to buy the cards with. There's Aura of Silence, sack and destroy target enchantment, Sun Titan comes into play, bring it back, do it again. The deck has no artifacts. None. And Titania Song just screws with everybody. Nature's Will, untap my lands if I deal damage, regenerate a creature. Now, maybe I don't need Broken Fall because I have Aura Shards. Not Aura Shards. It's kind of neat when I have my computer open, I actually look at the damn cards and I forget them. What the hell is it called? Where is it? Did I take it out? I took it out. There's an enchantment that gives Sterling Grove gives my enchantment Shroud. There's another one. The name escapes me right now. It costs 1 and a white. So if I have Sterling Grove out, I can't target my enchantment creatures. I could target somebody else's creature. For example, if the genie is coming at cube, and I need cube around to be a buffer, I can save one of his creatures. It's a political card, I'll keep it. Void Slime, Heroic Intervention, Tutor, draw cards, Shark Typhoon. Oh, I love Shark Typhoon. Oh, it's so much fun. Replenish. Dictate of Heliod, everybody gets bigger. Yeah, I better keep that to 1 to know. Okay, so it looks like maybe Wrath of God can come out, because I'll still have Supreme Verdict. Big guy. Oh, 10-10 trample. Here's Starfield of Nyx. My champion, my privileged position. Thassa, God of the Sea. Huh. In the Moxial deck list, I have her as Thassa Deep Dwelling. But here it's Thassa, God of the Sea. So if I have Sterling Grove out, I can't make my creatures unblockable. If I have Privileged Position out, I can. A few non-bows, they just come up. If you build enough commander decks, at some point you will have cards that really don't work together. But if there are not that many in your deck, you don't have many of these don't work together non-bows instead of a combo, it doesn't hurt you that much. This goes and finds Sarah Sanctum. True Conviction, Double Strike, yeah, I want to keep that because I want to attack. This is evasion. I've got archetype of imagination also to give evasion. This is to flip into a creature. Set this, copy enchantment, yeah. Venser. So I'm thinking, because I have Supreme Verdict, if I take out Wrath of God, then I have only one board wipe. Excuse me. I've got Venser for bounce, so he can bounce a creature. I've got Sphere of Safety, so if I have enough enchantments, it's going to be costly mana-wise to attack me. Let's try it. And of course what this does is it allows me to put Wrath of God in something else. For example, Saskia. Saskia has no board wipes. I don't believe I put any in her. And that opens a Wrath of God for it. What I'm trying to do, I could just go buy a Wrath of God. I mean, they're not that much. But I do that too often. I just buy another one. It's not that much. And I end up with a bunch of cards duplicated across my decks. And that, to me, starts to violate the spirit of Commander. Commander, singleton format, every deck should have its unique identity. Every deck should be its own person. And if I start having too many cards ubiquitous across my decks, they start feeling the same. I have 6 decks with Eternal Wind, for example. I have 4 with Urabrask the Hidden. I have at least 3 with Sun Titan, probably 4 with Sun Titan. And I'm not counting lands. I mean, fetch lands, they're shot through all of my Commander decks, but I don't count those. I count the actual cards in the deck. Cultivate Kodama's Reach is becoming pretty ubiquitous, evergreen across my decks. Venser is well represented. He's in at least 4 decks. What else is overrepresented? Nature's Lore and 3 Visits are coming up as that. Not counting Counterspell. That if I have Counterspell and a bunch of that doesn't feel like it's changing the identity of the deck. The Counterspells don't give me that feel. It's more the sorceries and permanents. That's why I'm trying to. I started leaning really heavily into Guardian of Faith to protect creatures, and what I'm doing is starting to look more at other cards. What else? What's that angel? Not Glorious Protector. There's an angel that exiles any number of target non-angel creatures. There's Eerie Interlude. There's Ghostway. I'm trying to do more of that. Grand Crescendo, that's something I put into Saskia. That saves my creatures and makes tokens. So that's interesting. That's something I might start leaning into more. Heroic Intervention, I've got that in about 4 decks. Anyway, so that's the change. Wrath of God is out. Calafi is in. I will take Kestia to the next Thursday night event and see if the change is a good one or if I really wish I had that Wrath of God.